Hello, welcome back to Sabi Market Channel. It's nice to have you here again. Um, this is I'm using this opportunity to appreciate all of our subscribers. We can see that our subscriber base is growing by the day, and that wouldn't have been possible without you having hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. We do not take it for granted. And for all of our viewers who are yet to subscribe, please kindly hit the subscribe button. And your subscription actually encourages us to do more and to make further research, come up with such videos and insights, to share insights. So when we know that people are listening, that encourages us to do more. We understand that people are following, we want to do more. And I also want to mention that we appreciate all the comments that has been coming in. Thank you for all the likes, all the engagements. We really appreciate you, and we do not take any of that for granted. So moving really quick and fast into today's business. I do not intend to make this video long. Yes, so I would like to just cover this as soon as possible. So that doesn't mean that I'll break the rules or reinvent the wheel. As usual, I would first of all like to talk about give an overview about the company I'm analyzing today, and that is none other but Vitafoam. You're probably lying on your bed while watching this right now. I don't know, I'm just assuming. Or you're probably sitting on something that has a foam, or one way or the other, you have something to do with a foam every day, almost every day. At least when you're going to work, you're sitting on the foam. In the bus that you're taking, or your private car, when you're in your house, you sleep on the foam. When you are at work, you sit on the foam. Just one way or the other, you have something to do with a foam. So today we are looking at Vitafoam Nigeria Plc. So Vitafoam, and what we're taking a look at about this company is what their debt to equity ratio looks like. So Vitafoam is actually a leading manufacturer of flexible polyurethane foam products in Nigeria and West Africa. They were actually founded in 1962 by British investors, and later the company was bought over by Nigerian investors, and that was in 1975. So the British investors operated the company for about 30 years before it was bought over by Nigerian investors. So, and some of their products actually include mattresses, pillows, cushions, insulation materials, industrial foam products. So this name is a very loud name in the manufacturing industry. Like almost everybody knows this name, and they know them as an outstanding brand when it comes to making of foam. Like it is if you're looking for luxury and all of that, Vitafoam is what people who value luxury actually look for. So, and this is not an advert, I'm just saying from my own perspective and what I've actually heard from people around. So they also offer certain services to other companies like foam cutting and shaping, foam fabrication, and they also do foam recycling. So they recycle foams too. Yeah, so they are actually an industry expert when it comes to packaging, when it comes to healthcare and hospitality. So they supply hospitals with all of these foams and all of that, then constructions and building materials. So they have other areas too that they operate in, furniture and upholstery. So they're actually experts in these industries. At least I can attest to the furniture and upholstery part. Yeah. Also, such an amazing company couldn't have gone without an award in the last 10 years. So in 2015, they got the ISO certification, and also they've also been able to win the Nigerian Industrial Standard certification. They've gotten that award, certifications rather, and then they've also won the Nigerian Manufacturing Excellence Award. So also with regards to their location around West Africa, they have operations and manufacturing facilities and distribution network across Nigeria, Ghana, and other West African countries. And as we all know, every company, every organization, just like every individual should have, this company also have their mission and vision, and they actually aim to provide high quality foam products and service that meets customer needs while maintaining a strong commitment to innovation, sustainability, and social responsibility. So that's a quick and fast overview of Vitafoam Nigeria Plc. I was actually kind of a bit surprised when I saw them when I saw their name in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, when I saw that they were listed there. Although I've known them for a while, but I didn't know that they will be listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So let's just dive into the main matters of today. I know you're seeing some numbers, some percentage on your screen. What do they mean? What are they communicating? So the debt to equity ratio is actually a fundamental financial metric that you can use to assess a company's financial leverage and stability. Like how stable is this company, what's their financial leverage like. So it measures the proportion of a company's total liabilities, which is their debt or liability synonymous, relative to their total shareholders equity. So to get the debt to equity ratio, which we have here, we just let me take this. Okay, so to get the debt to equity ratio, you divide. So we have the formula here, right here. You divide the total debt by the total equity. So you divide the total debt by the total equity, and then you get the debt to equity ratio. I'll throw more light on. We see that the debt to equity ratio for this company is 2.0. I would throw more light on what this 2.0 actually communicates. But let's just take a view on what this chart is communicating on the surface actually. So a higher debt to equity ratio indicates that there's higher debt level, which implies that the company relies more heavily on debt. So when you have a high debt level, if you have a high debt to equity ratio, it means that the company relies more on debt to operate, to continue its operation. So it also implies that there's greater financial risk. So the company has an increased vulnerability to interest rate change, debt repayment, and potential default. So if you are running your company more on debt, you're actually vulnerable to interest rate change. So whenever the interest rate changes, you have to pay, because you cannot say, oh, you don't want to borrow money again because you are relying so much on debt. When you say, if you say, oh, you want to dramatically say you want to stop borrowing, that means you are shutting down business. So you're actually susceptible and vulnerable to interest rate change since you're operating on debt solely. Debt repayment can also be an issue, and potential default, which can also destroy your credit worthiness. So also lower financial flexibility. So this a higher ratio can also reduce a company's ability to take on new debts or respond to financial challenges. So that's a very terrible state to be in as an organization. On the other hand, lower debt levels could make company it means that company relies less on debt financing, which can be an advantage. It also reflects greater financial stability. That means there's reduced vulnerability to interest rate change and debt repayment. And lastly, on a lower debt equity ratio, it actually also helps a company gain higher financial flexibility. So there's increased ability to take on new debt or respond to financial challenges. So going back to that too, we saw then there. What this pie chart is saying here now is that if we look at the legend, we'll see that the total debt is in blue and the total equity is in amber stroke orange color. So straight away we can see that the company is operating on 33% of equity, shareholders equity, and 67% of debt. So we see that this company is surviving more on debt, which is 67%. So now let's go and look at what that tool we saw earlier is saying about this company. So we see this tool here now. Now we have to compare it to industry benchmark. So what does the industry benchmark communicate? So, and we know that Vitafoam is in the manufacturing industry. So, and for the manufacturing industry, we have 0.5 to 1 as low. So we have like 2. So moderate risk industries, for example, the manufacturing service, which is what we are dealing with, 1 to 2 debt. If we have an equity ratio of 1 to debt to equity ratio of 1 to 2 is actually considered a moderate risk company, and anything above 2 is considered high risk industry. It's considered high risk. So for this company now, we'll also just judge based on this metric, based on this benchmark, that Vitafoam is operating on moderate risk, which is 1.2, which is okay. So, and that is what this is communicating. It's saying that this tool is actually just saying that based on the industry benchmark, is saying that Vitafoam Nigeria Plc is running on a moderate risk. So now some of the advantages of this, some of the advantage of debt to equity ratio is that it simplifies the financial leverage analysis. It helps to identify financial risks for the company. So if the company is able to properly analyze this, it would help them identify potential financial risk, how to reduce their debt and all of that, and to increase their shareholders equity to operate the company. It also informs investment and lending decisions. I think I covered that in the last statement that I made. And then we move to the limitations, which one, it ignores assets quality and cash flow. So this metric might not actually reflect asset quality, cannot reflect cash flow. So that's not its specialization. So I think that will be all. So just to wrap up, we see here that, like I mentioned, just to recap, the Vitafoam Nigeria Plc, we see that the debt to equity ratio is 2, which indicates moderate risk. They are running on 33% total equity, total shareholders equity, and then 67% of debt. So this metric actually provides valuable insight into a company's financial leverage and stability, and it is essential for investors, lenders, stakeholders, researchers to understand this debt to equity ratio, because it can help them to make informed decisions about a company's financial health and potential for growth. So I believe that that was elaborate enough. But then if you still have reservations, the comment sections are open. You can just drop your comments there. I would like to know what you think exactly, and that will be all for now. Thank you so much for joining in and staying to the end, and then until next time, bye bye.